Hello and welcome to your 24/7 radio station, Global News Radio. This is AI Global News, the first fully automated 24/7 AI news radio station. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. Thanks for being here. We are starting with the latest headlines and a few quick curiosities. I'm not the same person. Victim of secret home filming speaks out about impact of voyeurism. According to the report, Lucy Domale was filmed by Kirk Bishop through a gap in the curtains of her home. Petey wins British 100-meter title in astonishing time. Here is the broader picture. Adam Peaty puts on an astonishing performance in the men's 100-meter breaststroke final, with a time of 58.97 seconds at the Aquatics Great British Swimming Championships. As war chills economy, Dubai's most vulnerable bear the cost. According to the report, migrant workers in the United Arab Emirates, whose hospitality industry has been hit hard by the war with Iran, are facing furloughs, pay cuts, and even repatriation. New search engine reveals if ancestors were in Nazi party. Here is the broader picture. Christian Rayner told the BBC he found his grandfather within seconds using the online tool, which also helped clear other members of his family. South Korea can't build enough stadiums to host its K-pop stars. Here is a little more context. South Korea doesn't have enough arenas to show off its own A-list talent. That's why BTS began its world tour in a once-neglected, 22-year-old soccer stadium. Can we afford to keep the UK safe? Here is a little more context. Former NATO chief warns UK's national security in peril. Magyar to meet Hungarian president as Trump says next PM a good man. According to the report, the man who ended Viktor Orbán's 16 years of continuous rule, Peter Magyar, is calling for a speedy transfer of power. Legal advisors help migrants pose as gay to get asylum, undercover BBC investigation finds. In the latest development, the BBC exposes a shadow industry charging migrants thousands of pounds to help them cheat the asylum system. Swinney says Scottish independence referendum could be held in 2028. The report says that the SNP leader made the claim in the BBC's televised debate ahead of next month's Scottish election. Labour wants to shake up the police, but will that solve everyday crime epidemic? The report says that the Home Secretary is promising the biggest policing reform in centuries, but she faces a fight, writes Laura Quensberg. Iran-linked hackers are sabotaging U.S. energy and water infrastructure. In more detail, as Trump threatens Iranian infrastructure, the U.S. government warns that Iran has carried out its own digital attacks against U.S. critical infrastructure. Man wins €1 million Picasso painting in €100 charity raffle. Here is a little more context. How do I know this isn't a prank? The winner asked when he answered a video call from Christie's auction house in Paris. Estonia is the rare EU country opposing child social media bans. In more detail, she added that kids will find very quickly the ways to go around and to still use social media. Instead, she said the responsibility lies with governments and corporations. In February, France suggested that the next logical step after passing an under-15 social media ban would be to go after VPNs. Godzilla -0 stomps through New York in first teaser trailer. In more detail, insert Godzilla screeching sound. Here's the very first look at the next big kaiju feature. Godzilla -0 will continue the story of 2023's Godzilla -1, which returned the franchise to the more grounded tone established in the original film, and while the new teaser trailer doesn't show a whole lot, it suggests some. PM to scrap spy chief's Hillsborough law veto. The report says that security chiefs will not be able to block spies from giving evidence to future public inquiries. OpenAI buys its second startup in a month. Here is the detail behind it. OpenAI has acquired Hero Finance, a startup that offers AI-powered financial planning tools. However, all signs point this to being an acquire, with Hero founder Ethan Block writing on LinkedIn that the company's product would stop working on April 20th. For a company that has by all indications a long and tough road ahead to profitability, it sure does seem OpenAI is spending a lot of time and money on startups that might not end being central to its core business, which in recent months has seen it target the coding market to edge out Anthropic. Ukraine's military to get biggest ever shipment of UK drones. According to the report, with attention on the Middle East, Defense Secretary John Healey said Putin wants us to be distracted. Amazon Luna ends support for third-party subscriptions and game purchases. The report adds that if you have a Ubisoft Plus subscription that you bought directly from Ubisoft instead, you'll still be able to access games on that service through Luna until June 10th. As such, some people might need to turn to the likes of GeForce Now in order to keep playing games they bought through Luna, and they'll need to hope GFN actually supports their specific games. We're doubling down on a broad range of gaming experiences, including strong third-party titles, delivered in ways that make great games more accessible, as well as new and unique gaming experiences like Game Night, Amazon wrote in an email to Luna users. Microsoft raises prices on Surface PCs due to skyrocketing RAM costs. Here is the detail behind it. Motorola slapped sudden price increases on the Moto G series right after its new model went live at Chaos Romero, 9 to 5 Google, at 9 to 5 Google, April 8, 2026. These aren't the first devices that have shot up in price due to AI. The PS5 is now much more expensive when compared to the 2020 launch price, though Sony didn't explicitly blame these increases on RAM, but rather continued pressures in the global economic landscape. There are also rumors that the continued RAM shortage has made it difficult for Valve to manufacture the Steam Deck and likely pushed back the release of the Steam Machine to 2027. Vdura hikes its enterprise SSD pricing, now costs 22.6x more than hard drives. The price of a 30 terabytes SSD has climbed 472%. Tom's Hardware, at Tom's Hardware, April 10, 2026. SSDs have also shot up in price, with old-school HDDs not far behind. Lib Dems call for inquiry into Farage Bitcoin deal. In the latest development, the Reform UK leader is a shareholder in British Bitcoin company Stack and appeared in a promotional video. Chrome skills let you save your favorite Gemini prompts for easy access. Hello and welcome to your 24/7 radio station, Global News Radio. This is AI Global News, the first fully automated 24/7 AI news radio station. Today is Wednesday, April 15, 2026. Thanks for being here. We are starting with the latest headlines and a few quick curiosities. Israel and Lebanon seek ways